what were they called? Enhancing flavors, and then the peak was, I can't remember. I'm horrible at reviews. Hey everybody, welcome back. If you are new, I am 𝕊𝕦𝕓𝕤𝕚 and I am the Eclectic Herbalist. So in today's video, I thought I would do another review on Herbal Academy since I have done a few more courses and have the intermediate. Yes, so I signed up for the intermediate course. I have recently finished. So after the introductory course, I did the 𝕊𝕦𝕓𝕤𝕚𝕡𝕜. I did the Becoming an Herbalist mini course. I did Making Herbal Preparations 101 mini course. And then recently I did the foraging course. And then last summer I did the flower pressing workshop and the tea blending workshop. With the flower pressing workshop, you can pay a little extra to get the little flower pressing kit. So I do have that. It's over there. It comes in a cute little bag and all that. So that and the flower pressing and the tea course, I believe, are summer workshops. I don't know if they did them this past summer, but they were workshops that are not always available. So there's that, and then they're really quite short. It just tells me what my quiz was. It doesn't give me like the units or the lessons we did. So the flower pressing courses, as it sounds, it walks you through how not only to set up your presser or how to make your own. It walks you through how to properly press your flowers and how to preserve them after pressing them. So example, if you are doing, like, say a sunflower, you would want to get maybe a piece of cardboard and cut a hole into it so the disc of the sunflower doesn't interfere with the actual pressing of the petals. So it went over how to press certain flowers that aren't like easily pressable, obviously. And then the tea making kit, or not tea making kit, the tea blending course went over actually like the actual logistics of how to blend tea, not just throwing herbs together. So it talks about the base flavors. It's like a tier. So there's like base flavors. What were they called? Enhancing flavors, and then the peak was, I can't remember. I'm horrible at reviews, but it was like a little triangle. There's 3 levels, and it went over herbs that you'll always want to put in there, herbs for flavor, and then herbs for the actual issue. Or maybe the base herbs were for the actual issue. I do have it all written down in my good notes. I saved everything in my good notes. So let's see. Herbal tea. We got all these little PDFs, so I made it a notebook. Herbal tea. You guys can't see it. Oh my god. Herbal teas. I probably, you know what? Herbal teas. That's my, yeah, that's that. Don't know what else to say. So how to make herbal tea. Now these are just the PDFs that we got to download along with the course, which make it so much easier because I have a poor memory and I do need notebooks on notebooks on notebooks. So hot water infusion, solar infusion, which I do a lot of solar infusion teas. I like that better. Cold water infusion. We like to add honey into our tea, and cold water doesn't help the honey mix, so I don't do cold water teas. Decoctions and infusion decoctions. So that's what we went over. Primary herbs. So the primary herbs, like I said, are the base herbs. So it gives us a list and what they're for. Oh, essential oils for tea blends. I'm sure there are like particular essential oils, not just like those ones you put for smell. There should be edible ones. So here we have 12 tea-friendly herbs and their substitutes. There we go. I was like, why is it giving us so many under one? Read everything there, babes. Alright. So we got the list. And then we got 12 tea-friendly herbs and their properties. What was the first one? Oh, and their substitutes. Then they got their properties. And then we got this little worksheet. So we can literally go through the herb that we're putting in and at least know. And this blending thing, I will be honest with you, this threw me. This part threw me. We don't have a teacher, and there's like minimal videos. It is, if you do not know, you can either do it online or you can purchase the actual textbooks and still do it online. But it is an online course. You can purchase physical material, but there isn't someone talking to you or answering questions unless you like email them. But so things like this, I was a bit confused. That's why I kept the sample, so I could look over the sample and kind of reiterate to myself how to do it. But that is the little tea blending thing. I did put this together. They did not send me a PDF booklet and I downloaded it. I just downloaded all the PDFs they had provided us and then put them into the booklet. I mentioned that I did the Materia Medica. That one also provided PDFs. Oops. But I did make the covers, so they did not provide that cover. I'm working on a few herbs currently, so they give you just the template. It's a 2-page template. That's that. Herbal Academy does provide a bunch of PDFs and recipes, so I do download all of the PDFs and I do screenshot and save every single recipe to have on hand, because if they're going to provide it, might as well keep it. They also provide monographs, so I'll sometimes screen grab those or screenshot those just so I have an extra reference, because when I make my monographs I do go through a few different references. The books that I went over in my previous videos, like I said, I'm sorry it was only 3, I thought I had more, but all 3 of them have some herbs with a monograph. So I'll go through, if they have the herb I'm looking for, I'll go through all 3 of those, see if they have it. I'll do some online research and then I'll check and see if Herbal Academy gave me any monographs for that herb, and then I will use all of those as references and research. Becoming an Herbalist mini course, I cannot really remember what that one was about. The mini courses and a lot of the courses, mostly the mini courses, sometimes will intertwine with the introductory course. So I can't really remember verbatim, but the becoming an herbalist came with I believe some business PDFs, so, or like questionnaires. I can't really remember. That one would not be a little summary. But you can't see it, and I can't show you on my iPad. It gives you badges for the smaller courses, mini courses, and workshops, and then for the 4 larger courses it gives you a certificate. So I have a certificate and then 6 little badges. If I will say, I was looking at this the other day because they redid the 3rd major course and it's now a business course. I forgot what it was called. I think it was called the advanced course before, but it's now a business course. And I was looking through it, and the intermediate as well as the final, which might be advanced, so the final major course. And if you are looking to just purely learn about herbalism, you're not yet sure if you want to start a business or this is more of just a home thing, I would not take the business course. I do find it weird that it's in between the intermediate and the higher course, because the intermediate, we are going over things like anatomy. So we are going over the cardiovascular system, the nervous system, the respiratory. We are going over in each unit all of the systems and how the herbs will work with them. And then the very next course, which is the business course, or how they have it lined up. You don't have to go in order, but how they have it lined up is the very next course is the business course, and that one just goes over herbalism business. Like nothing really at all to do with how herbs work with the body. But then the final major course goes back into herbs and how they work with the female body, the male body, the reproductive system, and things like that. So if you are just generally looking to learn about herbalism, I think you'd only need the 3 major courses and whatever mini or smaller workshop courses you want to do. If you are looking to build a business, then definitely do all 4. I personally am looking to build a business at some point when I have a whole little Airstream shop idea, mini shop idea. So I will be taking the business course, but I'm not going to take it after I do this intermediate course. I haven't started the intermediate course. I paid for it. They do not start until you say start course. But also I noticed, like I said, you can't see it, but they have lifetime access. It used to be like a year to maybe 2 or 3 years depending on the course, but now it says lifetime access. And then on some of the other courses, it says I can purchase lifetime access as well. I don't think I have a time limit to finish them. I think before I would have had access to this course for 2 years before I'd have to pay for a renewal or something. I'm not sure, because that's just brand new to me. But I have not started it yet. I just looked over what the units would be about, so that's how I know it's all human body related. There are 10 units, so I do plan on starting it soon, but because of my job and homeschooling and things like that, I will be able to work on it like one day out of the week. So that review will come. As for like an actual like rating or review of all of the courses, I would say 9 out of 10. I don't have any cons, but I also don't have any other courses or programs to compare it to. I do plan to look into Chinese medicine after I do all of the courses I can do in this. And so I guess I may have an even more accurate review when I have something to compare it to, but as of right now, it's informative. I'm learning. It is very simple and easy to follow along with, especially when it gives you PDFs to look back on, because some of that stuff I wouldn't remember off the top of my head, so that is very helpful. I think that's it. I just have that long list of courses. They have a lot of courses. I don't really want to like list off all of them, but I know they just added a medicinal marijuana course, which I will be taking. I had purchased the foraging course when I purchased the intermediate course, so I was able to do the foraging course. It's really wild because when I think back, I can't remember doing it. But it just kind of went in depth of when it talked about foraging in the in the introductory course. It was just a little bit more in depth, and really what I remember most clearly, which I think is the most important, other than knowing what herbs, like being able to identify them, is not picking anything near the streets or public buildings. Something at least 100 or so feet away from public buildings and main streets, as they have pesticides and whatever else could possibly be. Or maybe it's just because I'm on this spot trying to think about it now, but if I was like in the moment, I could probably figure it out. So yeah, that is an updated sort of review. I'll be doing more reviews on Herbal Academy as I go through it. Like I said, I want to do all of this and then do Chinese medicine. So once I find a program for that, I will do a course and then I can compare them. Obviously they're going to be different because they're both very different practices, but when I say review, I mean as in how much information and how easy the information was to retain. I'm not going to dock Herbal Academy for me not being able to retain it months to years after I took the course, so I'll try and be a little bit more snippety snap with it when I finish the course so I can have it fresh on my mind. So I'm probably going to do that with the intermediate course. Once I finish it, I'll try and quickly get a review on while it's fresh in my mind and I have everything thought out. But other than that, that is all I have for this week's video. Just a quick little update on Herbal Academy. If you do plan to go with this program, there are a bunch more programs, I will say that, so definitely look into what other options you have. This had popped up as an ad and it was the first one I looked into, so I didn't know there was anything else at the time. But now that I'm in it, I want to just kind of complete it, get as much as I can before moving on. Before moving on. So, with that being said, that is all I have again for this video. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time.